cold, tired, and hungry. When we left off last, Morgan and Hinoki had just come across an inn with a sign up front that read, "Travelers welcome here." When we stepped inside the cozy inn, however, we discovered we were not welcome at all. The innkeeper insisted, "There is no room, we're full up. In fact, we're closing. You really must go." Stranger still, there was a girl who in so many words also insisted, "Go, leave now." We had a choice to make. Heed the advice we've been given, or insist on staying at the inn. The votes are in, they've been tallied, and our headstrong magic user has, against all odds, decided to heed the advice he's been given. Friends, if it's adventure you're looking for, I believe we're about to find it. It's time now to return to our quest. It's time now to return to Dragon of Doom. Angrily, you stomp out of the inn and into the cold and gusty night. Pulling your cloak around you, you manage to find shelter under the branches of a great cedar tree. Sleeping is difficult. Although the rain cannot get you, the cold wind does, and the ground is cold and hard. "Stop complaining," links Hinoki. "Your thoughts are keeping me awake." Then, tucking his head under his wing, he goes to sleep. Suddenly, a small furry creature leaps upon your leg. You feel sharp claws digging into your flesh. Shrieking with the unexpected pain, you leap to your feet, bumping your head on the cedar branch. Hinoki topples off your shoulder and clutches at you with razor-sharp claws. Meanwhile, the small creature clings to your leg, biting ferociously. "Grundon, don't be naughty," says a soft voice. And then, miraculously, the beast, which now you see is only a large orange cat, is removed from your leg. Scooping up the struggling pseudo-dragon, you part the branches and look into the eyes of the girl from the inn. "You! What are you doing here? Haven't you caused enough trouble for one night? If it weren't for you, I'd be sleeping in a warm bed right now," you sputter. "And likely be dead," answers the girl. "Yesterday, a strange man, the one you seek, passed through here. He made my master promise that he would prevent anyone from following him. You must leave now. It's not safe. Even here, my master is searching for you at this very minute. When he finds you, he will kill you." "But why would he want to kill me? He doesn't even know me. And if he's looking for me, how is it that you could find me and he couldn't? Are you trying to kill us?" you ask as your hand tightens around your staff. "Oh, Morgan." "The old man, he promised to come back and kill my master if he didn't do his bidding. He killed my master's dog just by looking at it. I found you by following your thoughts. They were very loud, and I don't want to kill you. In fact, I've come to beg you to take me with you. I can follow the old man you seek through his thoughts. I can be of great help. I want to leave here. Please, my name is Saffron. Take me with you." "Oh, it's quite simple," Saffron says, noticing your puzzlement. "I'm not a witch or anything. It's this medallion." She removes a small medal, shaped like a cat with wings, from around her neck. "My father was a traveling tinker. He bought, sold, traded, and sometimes stole. He gave me this so I could help him with schemes like stealing horses and livestock." "Where is he now?" you ask. "Dead. He was caught with 6 cows that weren't his, and they hanged him. I was given to the innkeeper to raise in exchange for work." "Why do you stay?" asks Hinoki. "Because I have nowhere else to go." You look at the tiny medallion hanging at the end of the thin chain. "Saffron, will you sell me your medallion? Hinoki and I are on a dangerous mission, and your medallion just might make the difference between life and death." "Oh, I couldn't," gasps Saffron, as her hand closes protectively around the medallion. "It's all I have left of my father." "Saffron, why don't you come with us?" links Hinoki. Seeing your startled reaction, the excited pseudo-dragon goes on. "Hush, Morgan, let me finish. Saffron, this mission could well affect all mankind. If you don't help us, life might just be worse for you than it is now. Please, say you'll come." "I wouldn't go anywhere without Grundon," says Saffron. "That man-eater," you whisper. "Never." The three of you continue your discussions for hours. Grundon sits on Saffron's lap, purring gently through his fangs and eyeing you with suspicion from time to time. At last, you give in. Saffron and Grundon will join you. Dawn sees you many miles from the inn, following Zed's trail. "What do we do now?" you ask, as you stare bleakly at the road that divides at your feet. "Which way did it go?" You sit down at the base of a tree and link minds with Hinoki, but although you strain your abilities to the utmost, you're unable to find your uncle on either path. You try, Saffron, you urge, ignoring Grundon, who frolics happily on the grass. Holding her medallion to her forehead, Saffron closes her eyes and concentrates. Nothing, she says at last. I get nothing. Well then, we must make a good guess. Well, then we must make a good guess, says Hinoki. Where do these roads lead, Saffron? The one on the left goes into the forlorn mountains. The road on the right goes into the great swamp. Both are filled with dangers and many roaming monsters. All we can do is pick one. And once again, adventurers, we find ourselves with a path to choose. Which will it be? Should we head into the forlorn mountains or into the great swamp? Comment below or wait for the poll later this week in stories and let me know just where will our quest go. As always, the choice belongs to you. Hello? What's this? Your storyteller's back, but why? This week's section's already been read. The paths have been laid out before us. Friends, I'm back because I wanted to let you know I've been taking some liberties with our story. A follower of mine has urged me to read the story word for word as my mother's written it. It's her story, after all. I need to read her words as they are down in print. I've tried to. I've done my best. The follower is right. I need to stay true to my mother's words. However, there have been mistakes. There have been mistakes that were not edited out in this story. I've come across them several times now, and I'd like to read you an example. Here's one. Now, what I read to you was, I want to leave here. My name is Saffron. Please take me with you. It's quite simple, Saffron says, noticing your puzzlement. However, word for word, what's in print is, I want to leave here. Please take me with you. It's quite simple, Saffron says, noticing your puzzlement. My puzzlement indeed. Who is Saffron? She's named here, but never introduced previously. This story was published in 1993, and just 1 year later, TSR couldn't make its payroll. It looks like the writing was on the wall. There was trouble ahead, and things were beginning to fall apart, apparently, with the editorial department. Will things fall apart for our adventure? There's only one way to find out. Tune back in next Sunday, and let's see just where our quest will go. Bring an editor along, too.